Hi, so today is a little bit of a special day because it's actually my due date. Yep, I'm 40 weeks pregnant today, which I can't believe. I don't understand where 9 months have gone. Never before has time passed as quickly. I remember when we found out that I was pregnant and the whole fun and games around that, and here we are today. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I have some really bad lower back pain though, and I kind of felt a bit nauseous earlier. Went for a walk around the heath, which was really nice, and for a hot chocolate. And tonight, I think the plan is to go for a curry. So we shall see. I wanted to talk about something different though, and also take my mind off this whole due date thing. And this is an issue that has really interested me for the last couple of months. I think as a mum to be, and also I'm sure as a mum, you get drawn to different facets of pregnancy and motherhood, and different things capture your imagination. And for me, this has been the incredibly glamorous world of nappies. So some of you may already have seen, because I posted a bit about it on Twitter and Facebook. But what I'm talking about is the whole disposable versus non-disposable issue. And yeah, the plan for us is to use non-disposable nappies. So I say plan because it really may all go tits up and be a complete disaster, in which case we'll use disposable nappies, and that's fine. I'm totally open to that. But the intention is to use non-disposable nappies. So yeah, there are a couple of reasons for that, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But before I do, I want to quickly show you what happened the other day. I went to a very cool place, which really helped me make my decision and gave me loads of cool advice. So check it out. Today I am on my way / hobbling to a shop in central London called Nappy Ever After, which is a shop that specialises in everything to do with real nappies. So when I say real nappies, I mean non-disposable nappies, or reusable nappies, or cloth nappies, basically anything that you don't throw away after single use and wash. So this is a whole new world for me and something that I'm quite interested in, so I am off to get some advice. I shall update you. So I am inside Nappy Ever After, which is full of amazing products for everything you could need to know about reusable nappies. I've just had a great consultation with Joy. These are some wet bags. These are some of the selection of nappies that they have. And then over here is the laundry that they do for people in the local areas. And here's some of the washing products that you can use for your non-disposable nappies. So, chatting to Joy and going to Nappy Ever After was really, really brilliant. I definitely recommend going there if you're even vaguely interested about non-disposable nappies. Go in, have a wander around, you will learn a lot, I promise you. So I wanted to quickly share some of the things that Joy and I discussed. Just want to give like a really basic overview. I learned loads and kind of found it quite mind-boggling at the time. There's lots of different vocabulary and different words, so I just wanted to run through the different types. First up, a couple of quick things to know in general about non-disposable nappies. So first of all, non-disposable nappies are quite simply something waterproof and something absorbent. Whether that comes in one part or two part are where their difference is. I'll talk about that in a bit. Second of all, non-disposable nappies are shaped exactly like disposable nappies as we know them. They're just a little bit bulkier, but they are shaped exactly the same. There is one exception, I'm going to talk about that. They always fasten with poppers or with Velcro straps. Again, there's just one exception, I'm going to talk about that. And they come in loads of funky colours and patterns. You can get made to measure ones, you can get personalised ones. There's really no limit to the cuteness that non-disposable nappies are. Okay, so the different types specifically. So the first type is a type called the pocket nappy. So this is by a brand called Bubba and Boo. And remember I was talking about this cute design, so this has to be my favourite. This is the Humbug, just super, super cute. And this is, as you can see, it's just one piece. So it's as close to the disposable nappy as we know it. And what it is a waterproof outer layer and then a fleecy inner liner. And then at the back, you have this pocket where you insert extra layers of absorbency. It's like a long strip of fleece. You wash the whole thing every time. It's very quick to dry. This specific one will last from birth to potty training. You've got these poppers at the front where you can adjust the size. So that's really great. It's probably the simplest to use in that it's one piece and you just bung it all in the washing machine. So this makes it great for childcare or for people that kind of find non-disposable nappies a bit daunting. This one's definitely the simplest to use. Quick disclaimer, it is a bit less absorbent apparently, so perhaps not the best one to use at night or something like that. But definitely I would say the simplest to use. Second up, we have something called the shaped or fitted. So this is where you get two pieces. So whereas the pocket is just the one piece, the shaped or fitted is two pieces. And what this is a kind of a fleecy nappy, which is the absorbency part. And then over that, you have the wrap, which is the waterproof part. So you've got this part, and then you would just place what's called a wrap or pants over the fleecy part. And what's great about this type of nappy is that you don't need to wash the wrap every time. You do obviously wash the absorbency part, but the outer liner, the wrap, the waterproof part, you don't need to wash every time. These types of nappies are also generally a lot more absorbent, which makes them really good for nighttime. So the third type is something called the humble, not the humble, I just like to call it the humble because it does look quite humble. It's the pre-fold or the flat nappy. So remember I was talking about the exception, the one that isn't shaped like a normal disposable nappy and doesn't do up with Velcro or with poppers. That is this one, that is the pre-fold. What it is, it's a piece of organic unbleached cotton. You've got 3 strips, with the middle strip being much thicker for the absorbency. And you have to fold it, and then you fasten it with a little nipper. And then over that, you would place a wrap, like the one I showed you before. I've got another wrap here, and there's your waterproof part. So definitely cheaper, but also definitely a bit more complicated because you have to do the folding, and it doesn't come kind of fitted or anything like that. So perhaps not ideal for people that are starting out. I did find this one a little bit intimidating, but there are definite advantages, and I'm hoping to try this in the future, if not immediately. And finally, we have something called the hybrid, which is kind of a mix of the pre-fold and the shaped and fitted, in that it's something waterproof on the outside, and then on the inside you put something cloth or something disposable. So you've got your outerproof water layer, and then inside you can use cloth, or you can use a disposable liner, which is what I've got in here. This is a G nappy, and this is actually the one that I have packed in the hospital bag to use from the very beginning. So, and then finally, just to say, there's other things you can add. So there's other fleecy liners or disposable liners that you can add to the nappies to add extra absorbency and just boost their performance. Perhaps you might want to do this at night or something like that. So those are the different types of nappies. There are, as you can see, a couple of different types, and it's just to think about getting your head around them, and then ideally kind of mixing and matching a little bit and seeing what works at different times of the day, etc., etc. So there you have it. I hope that has been useful, and I'll see you soon. Bye. So for the final part of this vlog, I want to run through the actual reasons why I'm hoping to use non-disposable nappies. It's a mixture of research and thinking around the issue, and also just natural instinct. It's a totally subjective thing. Everyone has their own way that they want to bring up their kids, and this is just something that I'm interested in. I definitely also think it's quite a controversial issue. I've seen this because when I've talked to people about it and told them what I'm hoping to do, I get some quite funny looks. Sam, for example, is definitely still yet to be convinced that this is the right decision. So, we shall see. But without further ado, my reasons. So first up would have to be the environment and wastage issue. So I'm definitely not an eco warrior. I eat meat, I drive, I take planes. But when I found out that it takes 500 years for one disposable nappy to decompose in landfill, I was pretty shocked. So that means that the first nappy that was made in 1948 is still kicking about in landfill. So the other stat, I have become a bit of a stat geek around this, is that every day in the UK, 8 million nappies are thrown away. So that's a hell of a lot of nappies sitting in landfill, not decomposing. Added to that, we know that nappy waste is the largest category of household waste, and we know that the expense to our councils of getting rid of that is enormous. So even to get them to the landfill, it's hugely expensive. So I just figured that if there was an alternative, then I would be interested in that. So that's kind of the first reason that led me to look into non-disposable nappies. Second off is the cost. So it's calculated that for an average child from birth to potty training, you would need 6,000 disposable nappies. So I haven't done the maths, but luckily some amazing sites of bloggers out there have. So there's bloggers such as Daisy the Cloth Bum Mum, and there's the Cloth Nappy Tree. I'm going to put a link to them below in the description box. They've done some maths, and they have calculated that if you use disposable nappies from birth to potty training, you will spend £1,000 to £1,500. That includes wipes, which would be disposable as well, kind of going on that assumption. As opposed to if you're using a non-disposable nappies, you're looking to spend between £300, that's a conservative estimation, and £600. You can spend up to £1,000, they think, if you buy loads and loads of nappies and go a bit crazy. But you can spend as little as £300 or on average £600. So whilst there is obviously that investment up front, in the long run, you're definitely saving money. And also remember that you can share non-disposable nappies between children, so between your different children that you might have, or also you can actually apparently resell them, and the resale value is, so I hear, pretty high. So cost was definitely an interesting one for me. Third up, and a bit of a lighter reason, is that they're really cute. So I've already shown you some of the ones I have and some of my faves. There's so many cool designs. I think there's a perception that non-disposable nappies are sort of all safety pins and plain white and quite ugly and old-fashioned looking. This is not true at all from what I've seen, and you can get so many cool designs, and I'm excited to see what else is out there. Fourth up is the challenge. So this is quite a weird one. People probably think that isn't having a baby challenging enough, and it is, definitely, of course. But as I kind of alluded to earlier, everyone sort of has things that they're drawn to, and for me, I think this is mine. And I don't know, I just feel like as well, there's a perception that using non-disposable nappies is potentially a lot more tricky than it actually is in reality. So people, for example, think you have to soak them, but you don't. And people think you have to boil them, but you don't. You don't have to use safety pins. I've shown you, you can use Velcro or poppers. So, you know, I'm hoping that it's not as hard as some people think and some of the negativity around them would suggest. We know that disposable nappies are easier, but I am a firm believer in all good things require effort. So yeah, I'm excited about the challenge. I'm also not going to be militant about it. If it is too challenging, as I've said, we'll use non-disposable nappies. We'll use disposable nappies. Or, you know, if there are times when it's not the right moment to use them, if we're traveling or if, I don't know, childcare, then again, we won't use them. So I don't want to be obsessive around it. But for me, it's a challenge and one that I'm kind of quite excited about. And then I guess there's some other ones, like just small reasons, like apparently children potty train a lot quicker, up to 6 months quicker if they're using non-disposable nappies. And also, interestingly, apparently non-disposable nappies actually smell less than disposable nappies. So again, contrary to popular belief, disposable nappies, because of all the chemicals, they're actually the smelly ones. So a couple of other just kind of smaller reasons. So there you have it. Those are my main reasons. What next? So I've shown you that we've packed our G nappies for the hospital bag. So that's what we're starting off with. I am going to be talking more about non-disposable nappies because I'm taking part in Real Nappy Week, where I'll be trying out different brands and giving my verdicts on which ones work and which ones are my fave. And be talking about washing and our setup and all different things. So hope you join me for that too. That's it though for this week's. Thank you for getting to the end of what is definitely my longest vlog, and for listening to me ramble on about non-disposable nappies and the whole great nappy debate. I will see you soon. Bye.